Alright. Welcome everybody back to Lazy Actors channel. Sorry for the big hiatus. The short end of the stick is I ran out of content to do. I like to do content that I feel I came up with or that there wasn't a lot of information on, a bit more original than most. Um, I don't like, if Majin or Boxer R King or any of the other guys who make videos about that character have something already there. They're way better than me, and I don't want to copy them. So when I ran out of ideas, I was going to just post matches, commentate, have you guys give me tips on getting better, do like a, on my channel, watch me grind from shit to not shit, and then maybe better than not shit. But YouTube, shortly after that time, I had just gotten my partnership. I worked really hard for that. The channel did really well just starting out. I worked hard on those videos. Most everybody liked them. I got a lot of views, a lot of good thumbs up, and when I got a lot of traffic, they gave me a partnership. A month and a half later, they took partnership away from everybody who didn't have a ridiculous amount of subs. And I guess I probably shouldn't have cared about that. The truth of the matter, though, is I did at the time. I don't so much care now, because, I mean, come on, everybody uses AdBlock anyway. It was a big hit to my ego, pride, feelings, whatever you want to call it. And I didn't really have the motivation, and I still played Tekken, but I didn't really make videos. I let my channel die out a bit, but Armor King's a badass. So, I'm really excited about making videos with this guy. And I've been watching everybody and playing around with him. And I truly think this character is pretty awesome. So, let's get right into it. This video, we're going to give some tips on some combos. If you've been mainly playing King like myself, he's got a little bit of weirdness that you're going to have to contend with. And I'll explain it. It's best if I just show you what I'm talking about first. So the first thing is the quote-unquote easy combos are actually not worth doing because they're harder at the end than they are at the beginning. But in my opinion, if you miss a combo ender, you generally get launched, where if you miss the combo start, it's not that big a deal. You still generally recover faster with this character. For example, if you miss Instant Shining Wizard, you stick your arms out and you're stuck in that animation, and potentially they could get up and even hop kick you. I don't like that so much, but if you miss the very beginning of a combo, you generally, with this character, I feel that you have more time to go on the defensive, not get punished for it severely. And so let me show you what I mean here. Okay, so the combo I'm going to be doing is the hop kick up forward 3, or no, dumbass, up forward 4, down forward 1, 1 plus 2, 2, down back 2, 4, into Instant Shining Wizard. And I'm probably going to drop the ending, but I'm going to try not to. I don't like doing this combo, but here we go. This is the quote-unquote easy combo. I missed it. And then the other version is same, but down forward 3, down forward 1, same filler. Same in... Oh, I missed it again. Wow. The reason I don't like that combo, if you've played King, you're used to doing ISW, well, Shining Wizard, as you get to the person in the screw state. And with Armor King, your eyes are lying to you. You actually do it kind of before you actually get to them, because he seems to have a tiny bit more reach with his Instant Shining Wizard. It's I don't know exactly how to explain it, and you get there's a bigger distance between the screw state and you when they land, which makes it a bit harder. So instead, what I recommend you do is learn the quote-unquote harder version of the combo, which has a tougher beginning, but... Oh, I missed it. Wow. It's the screw state and you isn't as far apart. It's just a little bit closer, which makes landing the ending a little bit easier. It's also higher damage, 68 to 73. I'll take the 73. So that's the combo I'm going with. And there are 4 of these that you can do this off of. So let's talk about his main launchers here, at least what I consider to be his main launchers. So you've got the hop kick, of course, always a good one. You've got Dark Upper, which this combo gets a lot easier with Dark Upper. You have a lot more time to do CD1. Counter hit, down forward 3. This move does a lot of work for me. You do it off of that too. Let me show that. You have a lot of time, just like Dark Upper. And I hesitated to run for some reason, so let me show you the... Oh, wow. Wrong combo. You have a lot of time. You just wait for him to recover, and then you do it. There he is. So there's 80, same as Dark Upper. So far 73, 80, 80. And then you can also do it off his neutral hop kick. Now this one's the hardest out of all the launchers so far, but you get, I think, 85 damage with it. So it's pretty good. So if you block a Hell Sweep or some dumbass snake edges you, you can potentially land this. Boom, 85 damage. That's disgusting. I love it. I recommend it over any of the down forward 1, down forward 1 combos. Because let's say you do Dark Upper, and they're going to be so far away from you, and you're going to miss it a lot, and I don't like that. You could practice it, get consistent with it, probably not miss it. But if you do miss it, you see how they tech roll just as you're doing it? You're totally vulnerable there. I don't like that. So... and I don't want to change. I'm still going to play King a lot, so I don't want to lose my timing with King on his stuff. So I think that's the right way to go if you're King player. If you're learning him for the first time, it probably doesn't matter, but I would recommend starting with the quote-unquote harder combo. I think people mistake slightly harder input in the beginning and a little bit more damage as the harder combo. To me, the easy combo was the hard combo. From there, he's got some other combos that you can do some harder shit with, but honestly, he's got really good damage. So let's talk about like up forward 3, you do a quick down forward 1, 1 plus 2, 2, down back 2, 4, into shiny. That's 70 damage. There's probably some crazier shit you could do there, but why would you? If it's harder and you might drop it, you're almost never going to drop that. Another one is same deal with down back 3. You just do while standing 4, down back 2, 4. Yeah, that's it. I hesitated on it. So my button's stuck. Come on. Alright. It's easy combo. 70 damage. Once again, 70 damage. Why would you get anything harder than that? Let's see. The only combo I could find here that was any good is, yeah. So this combo, this is down forward 2 counter hit. Sidestep left into Instant Shining Wizard. It's kind of hard, but I don't think it's that hard. It is, it's good damage for what it is. I mean, it's an unsafe move, so you're not going to be using it that much. Yeah, it's not too bad. I would recommend it. Let me try that one more time, just make sure it's consistent. Yeah, well, I feel like it's consistent. It's just got a hard input. But, it floor breaks, and it gets them right next to the wall. It's good wall carry for that move. I guess as an alternative, I haven't seen anybody make a combo about this. The only way to pick them up is that, maybe, yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been doing. Okay, and I think you can do the same thing here. Yeah. So forward 3, you get the same combo, but you got to be quick. You got to know that you were going to do it and that you might land it, and you got to be quick on the trigger with that down 3 plus 4 2, or down 3 plus 4 1. All right, and then credit to Little Majin for this. So let me show you his back 1 combo. So just like King, counter hit back 1, 12 frames. If you land it, you get a combo. The issue I have with it is it's fucking finicky as hell. And I miss it a lot. I mean, so did Majin. If Majin missing it, I don't know what hope we got. It requires some playing, and if different size characters require you to do slightly different inputs, and it's only 59 damage when you do land it. Personally, Little Majin, I'm going to use Little Majin's tech. I was watching the stream when he came up with this. It's pretty easy to do, takes a little bit of practice. So it's going to be back 1, sidewalk till you perpendicular, and then once you get him in that screw state, you're going to come forward with a bit of a dash and just straight into Burning Knuckle. And it'll catch any option they wait. It's guaranteed, basically. Yeah. Don't try to move when you're still in recovery, and that won't happen. Oh, I messed it up. There we go. It's basically the little hesitation you get from the dash is what you're looking for. And it'll catch, it'll catch any of the quick rolls, all the ground options. I encourage you while you're practicing to make sure, but I've done it and it seems to be pretty consistent. I messed that one up. I didn't dash. You got to come forward just a bit. Oh god. And hit the right buttons. All combos you have to hit the right buttons on. Oh wow, I sidestepped. One more time. One more time. I said one more time. Oh my god. Obviously I need more practice. And I can't even do a simple command like down 3-4. There we go. So you'll get all the ground options with that. I totally recommend that. That's basically everything I got for his combos right now. I mean, I'm sure there's some more disgusting tech, but now I want to move on from that. Let me just summarize it. I think you should go with the CD1 combos on any launcher you can, because even though it's a bit more difficult of an input at first, it makes the future of the combo much more consistent. With his other combos, stick with, if it's hitting 70 damage or 65 damage, you know, and it's easy, and you are having trouble doing the other combos, just go with the easy combos. I don't think there's, I mean, my best example to this is, with down back 3, could you crouch cancel and do that combo? You totally could, but it's hard as shit. Not so much the crouch cancel, that just takes practice, but getting the end here is a bitch, and I almost never hit it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with my guaranteed 70 damage 5-hit combo. That would be my advice. So now to go on some general things you should probably know about the character, some similarities between him and King, and some skills that are definitely going to carry over if you decide to play the character, and I bet you already are, which is why you're watching this video. So all your skills that you developed over time, you know, if you're doing ISW, you know, Giant Swing, if you're down forward 1 into ISW, down forward 1 into Giant Swing, down forward 1 into a 1+2 break, you know, all your throw mix-ups there, all that still relevant. The biggest difference between these two characters is Armor King's more of a brawler, so he's got a lot of good outrange pokes, you know, that's a completely safe poke. He's got this move here, which they took this away from King, but you can actually get an alley kick guaranteed on them. Did I have that on guard all? Yeah. You can get an alley. They took that away from King, or they made it much harder, at the very least. So you can still get a guaranteed alley kick. However, if you fuck it up and they block it, you're getting launched. So keep that in mind. I wonder if you can do down 4 as a safer option there. Why am I doing that? No, he wants to stomp. So maybe... Yeah, I don't know. Down 3+4 definitely works, so that's what I would go for. Let's see. Some differences that I think you should definitely be aware of that I'll go into is Wave Dash, how I like to use it, how I've seen other people using it. So, down forward 1, with King, he's got a good down forward 1, but this is a godlike down forward 1. It's, you step forward, so it's got good range. You can hit from all the way out here with it. You know, it's hard to whiff with it when you're poking up close. It's -1 on block, 14 frame, mid. You can't beat it. It's just really good. It's godlike. Down 4, one of your main low pokes. You also have your down 3, which leaves you plus. Down 4 leaves you -1 on hit. Down back 3 is +5 on hit, but it's launch punishable. But of course, you also, if you think they're gonna go with some jabs, which you know a lot of people like to do, you can hit them with that. It's big difference between this down back 3 and King's is this one doesn't have the range King's does. Like it'll miss. It's still got pretty damn good range. Damn. I take it back. He's got sick range. Never mind. Yeah, it's got great range. He sweeps his leg out really far ahead, so it's going to be a good low poke, and this is about the distance you want to be at with Armor King anyway, so you're going to always threatening that low poke counter hit. King's goes forward more, so he's got more range. The big difference is this crushes some high-hitting mids. It almost goes as low as AOP. I've seen it crush mids on me. It's crazy. Back 1. Both him and King have back 1 too. You know, good string, 12 frame punish, lots of plus frames. You hit with this, you can do any mix-up you want to do. They do anything but break throws and block, then they're going to get hit. There's literally nothing they can do. I mean, if you use something stupid like, you know, back 1, 2, up forward 1+2, then you can get hit. But, you know, do your quick pokes and they have to block. Like, if they don't, they're taking damage. More importantly, if you know they're going to stand block, then you got back 1, 2 leaves you at a perfect... They can't even... They have no time to backdash out of that. Or you see... If you see, he's still recovering when I go for the throw because it's like... It's a shit ton of damage. It's, you know, just like jabs. They're probably not going to be able to backdash. Could they? Yeah, maybe. But it's pretty good. A big difference between the two. It's similar but different. Both of them have the back one combo, but Little Manjin was talking about this. He said something about how the hitboxes are different. So I took him and I was just looking. Now this is back one. Do you see the difference between him and King's back one? He brings this punch down at an angle. It's a very low hitting high. You know, it's almost hitting at where a high mid would land. And so I've seen it catch high crush moves. And when I'm poking and I throw this out and they went to go do like a down 4, I've seen it catch them on the way down, even though it's a high crush. So King's almost never does that. Like it gets high crushed. I mean, Steve's back one high crushes. King's back one. So it's much better in that regard. A little bit less damage. But it doesn't send them as far back as King's, and it's still got, you know, godlike 12 frames. There's almost nothing 12 frames you're not going to be able to punish with this. However, you know, it's unsafe if you do the full string. However, back one by itself is safe. High, it's like -7 to -9. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at Army King's frame data yet, but I will soon. Alright, let's see. You know, down 4-2, it's not the same as King's. It's counter hit launcher. Punishing on block, you know, all that good shit. Most of the stuff you're going to see in other people's videos, so I'm not going to stay on it too long. Let's talk about his throws. Of course, you've got all the good shit, and I'm going to tell you some cool stuff you can do with Armor King that it's kind of harder to do with King. So, let's see. You've got, of course, his really good Tombstone throw. 58 damage, pretty solid. It's pretty much makes this throw obsolete. Oh my god, if I can do it. I don't know why you would do this. It looks like it wall splats, but it doesn't. Does less damage. Doesn't break the floor. So obviously, if you're going to do a 2-throw, Tombstone's going to be your go-to. Let's see. He's got easy mode, and this is the key difference I really want to talk about. So down, back, 1+2 is this throw here. The thing is, it also counts as a command if you're already in crouch. If you do down, back, you get his full crouch throw. It's also a 1+2 break. So, and he has, I wouldn't use this one, but it's quarter circle back 1+2. The issue is he's got a lot of commands with 1+2 that deal with the same buttons in quarter circle back. So you have to, if you want to do it, you have to input it perfectly. And it's very finicky. And I'm like, it's not even hard to do, but you miss it a lot. So, wow. Like a lot. Like, he's got a lot of commands that the game doesn't give you much leeway. You got to do what you want. And I don't know. I feel like I'm going to mess this up a lot trying to do it. King doesn't have this problem, but I still don't use it on King that much. I just want to do it once. Holy crap. There it is. That's quarter circle back, 1+2. You know, it's alright. I think down, back, 1+2 is a better throw. Because there's less shit that can get in the way of it. Same damage, 1+2 break. You can do it from crouch to get his crouch throw. And the reason why I think this is important, also 45 damage, when you're wave dashing. So this character, all you need to be able to do is this, right? If you can do a single wave dash, then you can do any of his throw mix-ups. So you can do Instant Shining Wizard, you can do Giant Swing, you could do... I'm still bad at it. I haven't practiced. There it is. You can do that. Well, I mean, that's basically it. You can crouch cancel into 2 throws if you want. So, that's not a skill I have. Let's see. Oh my god. Yeah, that one's a bit harder. Let's see. There it is. You can crouch cancel into 2 throw if you wanted to mix them up. But mainly what you're going to be using is down, back, 1+2. ISW for another 1+2 break, and Giant Swing. And the reason is, okay, so here's down, back, 1+2. And the movement, you can see the movement, but the throw itself looks the same. And I'm going to show you why that's important. And then, of course, you have Giant Swing here. And then you have Instant Shining Wizard. Now, those throws have slightly different movement. So if they see you doing the little dance here, they know that you're going to go for Giant Swing. So doing them out in the open is not that great. I mean, it takes a high caliber player to notice those details, but people do eventually start catching on the higher you go up in ranks. However, because of his crouch dash, you can hide these. And if you don't fuck it up. Twice. 3 times now. There you go. because he comes at a crouch dash, all the throws, if you can do the down back one on time, all the throws do this. They all look pretty similar. Ah, damn, that's hard. Maybe the down back's hard, but the reason that I'm trying to learn the down back 1+2 is because even if when you're crouch dashing, you switch between while standing, or a crouching state and a standing state constantly. So you don't have to care about what state you're in. You're going for 1+2 throw. You know you're going for 1+2 throw. If you do down back when a crouching state, you're going to get his crouch throw. If you do in a standing state, you're going to get his standing 1+2. That's really good. So you could do maybe quarter circle back 1+2 would be easier. Yeah, it's still freaking hard. It's gonna take practice, but I'm gonna stay on it. And I think that's the key thing here. Before I end the video, just want to go over kind of his center game plan. Those are similarities. He's got more, but those are the main ones I think count. His game plan is much different from King's, but they're very similar. Okay, he's more of a brawler, but where King uses a lot of throw setups that are really terrifying, Armor King does that too, but his aren't as good, specifically his ground throw game. But what you do with Armor King is you kind of play him kind of like a Mishima. So this, as far as I'm concerned, this is an electric. Does it launch? No, but if they get hit by it, you get a guaranteed ground throw attempt. Alright, so there's 40 damage. And of course, you can just go for plus frames or at the wall, you know. So that, or you can just go for, well, okay, cool, you only get one stomp there. Yay. You can go for some damage. Either way, you're going in a mix-up. There's lots of plus frames here. On block, it's got huge pushback, plus frames, like an electric. That's why I think it's so vital to be using this move as Armor King. They're block this, they're at a distance. They try to punch you, boom. Just like, you know, you're using two different moves, but you're basically, these two moves together, it's got the whiff punishing power of an electric. You know, look at the range on this. You can also, you can do it from crouch dash and get super ridiculous range on it, just like his dark upper. You know, I fail to see how that's much different. Combined, it's much more like an electric, but, you know, not as good, obviously, but very similar in how you're going to use them. You know, so I think that's pretty important, but without all the huge execution barrier of having to do a perfect just frame input. So his game plan seems to be keep him up here with his really good pokes, you know, mix, you know, you have okay lows, right? That's lunge punishable, so I wouldn't use that a whole lot. You know, at least don't be predictable with it. You got one of the best round-ending lows in the game, you know, and just listen to the sound it makes. You got down 3 when you're poking up close and you know they're going to be froze up for about 16 frames. Always a good low. Psychological damage. You know, if you want to go for a launch punishable, crunchy sounding low, down 3+4 works. Full crouch down forward 4. You know, also launch punishable, so kind of different. But your idea here is keep him at range, poke him, get him frustrated. You know, you got to be good at poking, which is a skill everybody has to develop as they climb the ranks. You know, get them poking, and then mix them up by your highs. Your highs are just, they're in place of your lows. Eventually, people don't want to get hit by this. They don't want to deal with these really fast, very powerful high moves that you have access to. Like, nobody wants to take down forward 1 and then have to guess a mix-up between, am I going to go mid again, or am I going to go with some crazy throw mix-up that's going to do a shit ton of damage? You know, so all these throws, they just look the same. You know, you're not going to be able to break these on reaction. That's, you know, that's some crazy shit right there. And you also have really good mids to back it up. So even if you want to try to call them out on a duck, but you don't want to take a risk, you got back 4, which 15 frame, just like King's forward 3, which I didn't talk about earlier. And oh my god, why can't I get the input? Okay, hold on. Let me reset my timing here. Oh wow, I was getting it all day today when I was practicing. And then this gives you a guaranteed down 3+4 if you do it right. Don't hit the button more than once, because then you'll get that. Oh my god. There it is. That's guaranteed. They took that away from King, so that's pretty good. And doing all this, you know, you've also got you can do this from out of crouch dash. If you delay it just a bit, that's a safe mid homing move, bit slow, but you know, for what it is really good. You also have forward 3, you can do all the Mishima shit. You got forward 4, which is unsafe, but has a lot of pushback, so very few characters can punish it. I'm not sure which ones. You also have, you know, of course, crouch dash 1. I like down. Oh yeah, another thing I learned early on is you can do down forward 4 out of crouch dash if I do it right, which is a 12 frame mid, good poke. So, you know, and come in, fake that I'm coming in, hit him with a quick mid, keep him out. You know, it'll get some distance between us. Look at the pushback on that. If they block it, still really good pushback, gives you some distance. The hold down forward 4 option gives you a free shoulder. It's slower, but it's like a hard call out, like, I know you're going to duck. You know, stop doing that shit. You know, deal with my shit. You know, wave dash in somebody's face and be like, don't duck me. I need to throw you. You know, punish them for every duck attempt. You know, like, what are you doing, guy? I'm going to throw you. Like, you know, and if you duck me, you know, I'm going to do like a safe mid call out. And if you start sidestepping, I've got options to deal with that. So, very good. I mean, he's very good. I mean, all his highs are just mwah, you know. And what makes him so good, I think, is, of course, he's got these very powerful mids and highs, but he's got okay low game. It's not the best, right? A lot of other characters do what he does better in the low department, but that's, you know, what more can you ask for? And then his crazy damage. So when your opponent does make a mistake, as long as your execution's on point, you can do some pretty disgusting damage. That's for a whiff punish. I'm going to take half your life because you jabbed and I sidestepped and dark upward. That's basically what's going to happen here. That's pretty gross. That's basically everything I wanted to talk about with the character. That's my general tips on his combos, a little bit of information between him and the similarities between him and King, and just some general tips. If you were starting to pick him up, or if you're playing King, if you already can do a crouch dash with King, then you're already on your way to. You don't need to do this shit. You don't have to learn that, right? It really isn't that important. You should, right? It'll help you out. But as long as you can do a single one or just 2, you know, and you can get the right moves, then you're fine. You don't have, you know, just do 1 or 2. That's all you need. 1, 2 to mix up timings and to catch sidesteps. You're golden. Also, oh yeah, and he's also got this forward 2, which you can do out of crouch dash, of course, just like a Mishima. It's unsafe, has some pretty good pushback. Some characters are going to have a hard time punishing that. If you know that character can punish it, you want to be doing it from as you're coming in, so even if they block it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's just like King's thing. You want to be getting that pushback so they can't just jab. And when they do try to jab because they want to punish it, boom, get fucked. And then, of course, you have his multi-throws. I haven't learned them yet. I think I'm going to, because they're very simple. They're similar to King's. King's got all the same ones, but in bigger chains. His chains are smaller, but they are kind of easier to break. But you should definitely learn them because it puts pressure on your opponent's psyche to be worried. Because, sure, maybe they guess right once or twice, but eventually you might get one of these through, and they don't want that to happen. It feels bad to them. You know, and of course, if you mix things up, you know, your crouch dashes look a lot like your instant shining wizard and all your other throws. So, hey, you use all that shit. All right, that's everything, guys. I'm gonna be looking for tech. Make sure you practice the burning knuckle setup. Remember, keep the combos that you don't do CD1 simple because they do good damage anyway. The couple harder things, try to find a simpler solution if you have trouble with one, but I really recommend learning CD1. And that's everything I want to say, guys. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.